Hi guys! Yeah, this time I want to use my new to me 3D printer to print a nice object, and I really like to have a Vespa logo. And yeah, for this I need to have a picture, or better, I need to have a 3D object to print it, because obviously you cannot print a picture. But I want to test if I can convert a picture to a 3D file. And for this, I search for logo here, and let's see. Yeah, that looks nice here. Let's see. Seems to be high resolution, so that's nice. I just save it. I just can... No, I save it. So Vespa logo blue. Okay, that's okay. As a PNG is nice. Okay. So now, as I have now the picture, I need to convert it from a pixel-based object into a vector-based object. For this I use the open source tool Inkscape, because yeah, it's a really nice tool. I really can recommend it. And yeah, for this I import the PNG file. It's okay. There we have it. And yeah, to convert it from that pixel-based format, I use the path trace bitmap tool. Used as a detection mode brightness cutoff at a threshold of 0.5, which represents 50% for the determination between the two colors. And I think the rest is okay, and the preview looks good. You see, it's a clear contrast, so the tool can operate it. So I apply it. And there we have it. The vector-based object is now placed on top of the pixel-based object. And for a comparison, if I zoom into the pixel-based object, you see that it diffuses here. And if I do that on the vector-based object, you see that we have a clear, nice edge here. So that worked pretty good, and now I need to export this vector-based object as SVG file. But I want to export it as a plain SVG file. And why SVG? Yeah, because it's a vector-based graphic format. And yeah, you can see in the preview that the background is transparent already. And here we see that the image size is over 6,000 pixels wide. That's pretty nice. It's really high resolution, that's good. And I just have to give a good name here. Wait, why does he give PNG? I don't know. I hope that's not a bad sign. Okay, Vespa. Okay, let's do it this way here. Vespa Logo. Save. And then export. Okay, now we have it as an SVG file, and yeah, when I go from that SVG file, wait, I now have to go from the SVG file to a 3D object somehow. And for this, I want to use the tool Blender. Start with a new file, general, and yeah, Blender always starts with that cube here, but I don't need the cube, not at all, so I can delete it. And I now import the SVG file. There it is. Import SVG. And yeah, there we have it. Yeah, and it's of course a flat object. You can see it. It has no height at all. But it looks nice. And now I have to somehow enhance the thickness. So I click on it, and then I do a right mouse click, and I select just extrusion. And you see when I now move the mouse, it goes up. And now it has a good height. It's just harder to see because it is black. I don't know if I can change this here. Do we have something to color it? Yeah, and of course there's an option to do it. I discovered later on it's here. And yeah, if I can here, RGB, and then I add green, for example, value of 25, and there you see, then it's green, and I alter the color a bit, and yeah, that gives more contrast, and yeah, that's looks nice. Yeah, so that way you can see it better, even if it's black on black. Yeah, it looks really nice, and has a proper thickness. Because yeah, maybe I just increase the thickness a bit more, because I can reduce the thickness easily in the slicer software afterwards, but I cannot enhance it. So that's nice. Okay, so now I can export this object as an STL file, because STL is a file format my slicer software can work with. Give it a title, logo STL, C selection only, of course selection only, scale, I don't know. Let's do it with that scaling factor. Then yeah, export it. Okay, I think he has done it. And if I now open my slicer software, it's a Prusa slicer. It's free to use and pretty neat as far as I can tell. Then I import my STL file. There it is. Oh, actually it's too small. The dimension of the objects to be defined in inches and millimeter. Yeah, millimeter is nicer. So yeah, please convert it. There it is. Doesn't it look nice? Yeah, it looks nice. But it is really a bit small because, yeah, that plane here has a width and height of 210 millimeters. So that is pretty small, but no problem. I can here under object manipulation easily enter a new size. That's yeah, 35 millimeters, and yeah, let's do it with 100 millimeters. Yeah, that's better. That looks good. Yeah, but now obviously it is too high. But yeah, as I said before, that's easy because I can use this move tool here, and then I can just click and drag that arrow here, and then I can push it down like this, so that, yeah, looks like a nice thickness. But yeah, as a first test to check if all settings are good, I just make it really thin, because this way I can make a test print. And yeah, when I now activate the preview, you can see the individual strings, how the slicer has planned to print it, and I even can drag that slider here, and there you see that, yeah, it even simulates how the 3D printer later prints the individual strings here. It's really nice to see. Yeah. And yeah, that's good to analyze it, especially for more complex objects like this here, because then I could change the settings here. Because yeah, there are a lot of settings you can change and test to optimize the print. Yeah, but now I can export the G code, because the slicer translates the STL file to a format my 3D printer understands, and that's in this case the G code. And okay, then I click on export G code and select the SD card. Yeah, logo G code. Let's make it more specific. Vespa Logo G code. Okay, save. Okay, exporting is finished. So I can do the test print. Okay, the print has started. Okay, he's drawn the outlines, and now I think he fills in
the empty spaces. Yes, that's what he does.
And yeah, isn't it nice that you can do all this with open source or freeware tools, yeah, like Inkscape? That's really a tool I really like to use, and it's basically for drawing vector-based graphics, or you can also do converting like you've seen. And I would also like to highlight Blender, which is also an open source tool, basically for drawing or constructing 3D objects. And you can also use it for making animation, 3D animations, but that's more for the advanced users, I think, because I haven't done it yet. And also, the Bruiser slicer tool, as far as I know, it's not open source, but it's free to use. And that's a really nice slicer software. You have several options. You can set it to an easy mode or to an expert mode, and you can tinker with all the settings, so it's really nice to get the best out of your 3D printer.
Okay, now I clicked on cooling so that the head and the bed cool down, but of course there's no active cooling. It just shuts off the heating entirely. And then as you see, the head is pretty low now, in a pretty low position, but I can raise it by increasing the set axis. Okay, I think that's good. Enough clearance to pull off excessive filament there, and I see you again when the heat when the bed is cooled down. Okay, the bed temperature is now down to 29 degrees centigrade. I think that's low enough. And I have this plate here, and I also used a file to taper that edge here, so that I can easier go under the print, like so, carefully, and there we have it. That's the rest of the skirt. We don't need that anymore. And that's the logo or decal. But let's have a closer look on it, how good the print was then. Okay, that looks pretty nice. I'm really satisfied here. But let's have a closer look on the surface and the edges. Just to see how the quality is. And okay, I mean, here you see that there in the middle where the 3D printer makes the fillings, you see these ribs. It looks kind of nice. It could be intended, or looks like it could be intended, but of course it is not. But I've seen that in the slicer software, Bruiser, I've seen that there is an option to smooth out the surface. Maybe I will try that later on, but to make the video not too long, I will leave it this date here. Of course I will try several things else with the 3D printer, but I think you have seen it. It's pretty easy to get a 3D model that is printable from yeah, two-dimensional printing. I mean, of course, it just works if the contrast between, yeah, in this case, the writing and the background is, yeah, really strong, and so it is easier to, yeah, generate the vector-based graphics format from it. And yeah, of course, it is not so easy if you, yeah, have a, a photo of a three-dimensional object. That takes more efforts, I think. But yeah, for such easy objects like, yeah, a writing that is flat, two-dimensional, and just can be extruded upwards, it's an easy thing to do it with the tools I have shown you. So yeah, if you're not already a valid subscriber, you have now the chance to become one. And yeah, if you don't mind, be the first one who donates in 2024. I really appreciate that, because of course I make these videos just for you here in front of the screen. And yeah, so I wish you have a great time, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.